I'm going to videotape this. So, what do you got?
It's called perpetual spinach.
Yeah.
It's a spinach chard.
Wow.
It's basically the more you pick it, the more it grows. So some of these plants in here are over a year old, and they just send out little shoots. If you come over here, you can actually look and see how it's come from the original place.
All the way in.
And then it'll morph off of that.
Huh?
I mean, look at up here.
Uh-huh. So you pick and go.
Yeah, it just keeps coming.
We call it mow and grow. Yeah, it's great.
You can see how beautifully green it is.
Yeah. Nice dense green.
And this.
Now, what would you attribute the dense green to? Are you only doing fish food? Are you doing worm tea on top of it?
No, I
put
in worm tea.
Yeah.
And there's worms in the cinder bed.
Oh, celery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Chinese celery.
Look at the celery.
My girlfriend accidentally bought it. She thought it was cilantro or something. So it was a little bunch like this with the roots on. I just took it and placed it
all over.
And this is only about 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just went, and it's great. It has a really, really celery. It's not regular celery. It's Chinese celery. So the stalks don't get that thick, but it has a really dense celery flavor.
So this is where you're doing your worm tea at, in here, in the bucket?
Yeah, and then I brew the worm tea too.
Yeah.
It's the same way, you know, and then I spray.
Yeah.
And then I'll pour it in the system and...
Now, we've heard that some people are taking our worm bucket there, they're punching a hole in it, and they're putting in an air stone underneath just to bubble and mix up the stuff. So it's just ebbing and flowing now, right? The bubbles just break it all up.
Yeah, I think that's
the
good.
Pump never runs dry. You're talking about something that runs on 10 watts of electricity, right? And you just bubble it up.
Or you can use your design with the air, the air pump thing.
Right. Now I noticed something different down on your fish. You got them under shade.
Yes, of course.
Ah. Huh?
Leave it under shade for a while.
Yeah, there. Okay. I remember one time I stopped by and you visited, and you had green water and algae and that.
Still the algae on the side.
Oh, but look at this. You can see fish this time around. Very good. And I see you have some edible sized fish there, huh? What we call ooh-ah fish. When people, you pull them up and people go, ooh, ah. Very good.
Yeah, they're doing good.
Yeah. The clarity of that water is fantastic. I love copper tone water. Yeah. Now, one thing our friends are doing is they buy 1 gallon of EM, okay? They pour out 1 cup each week into their system. They put 1 tablespoon of molasses into the gallon, and then they fill it off, top it off with distilled water. 3 years later, they still have the original gallon of EM.
Yeah, I know. David Stark.
Huh? Yeah. David Stark.
I'm using EM.
You are using EM. All right. That was my backhanded way of asking if you're using EM. Oh, very good.
And I'm on the same bottle, same quart.
So you have a shade cloth directly over the fish tank. Then almost that's more than shade cloth. That's almost a tarp, right? Yeah. So that's like 90% stop. Then he has a shade cloth for any indirect. So boy, he has algae on the side, but he doesn't have algae free floating in his tank. So do you monitor your pH?
What's that?
Do you monitor your pH?
Oh yeah.
What are you running?
It goes down to a little below 6. When it comes up to 7, stays around 7 a lot. Right. When it gets down to 5.5, I put more oyster shells.
Yeah, and they're melting away?
Yep.
Good show. Yeah. That's fantastic. What do you think it costs you to do this little greenhouse?
Just the greenhouse itself?
The greenhouse. Just the PVC and the clear tarp.
$300.
$300. Yeah. Have you got $300 worth of food out of it yet?
I think so.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So I was going to put the other tank, my original idea was to put the other tank right here.